Hello crafty friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Marissa. I'm on with a quick project share. I've shared these on my Instagram as a reel, but I wanted to do a little walkthrough on how I created it. I did use ScrapDiva Designs Charcuterie Board Dies. I used not the largest, but the second largest to create these. I used some paper that, you get left over and you just don't know what to do with it. So here's the paper pad I use. I'm down to like nothing on this, like literally, like I've used a lot of this for a few projects that I'm working on. But I ended up using this sheet here. And so what I did was I die cut all three pieces from the middle of this here. And then this part here, I trimmed off and I used it to create these parts here. So like you can see the little two buttons are from the end there. But I was able to create these three out of one sheet of the wood paper. And then I used this tan cardstock, which I'm not sure if it's Basil's or not. I can't remember if it's out of a paper pack, to be honest. But it's a tan colored. And I was thinking of using a yellow one because I saw, the idea came from Pinterest, and that's where I saw them somewhere like the wood grain with white or with like an orange yellow looking scarecrow, but I opted to go with the tan. And I could not find raffia, I think that's what it's called, like that ribbon at Michael's. Or no, I didn't go to Michael's. I went to Joann's. Gosh, I can't remember where I went. I went to Joann's and didn't find it. What I did find was orange rickrack, and then I forgot when I went to Michael's, and then I went to the dollar store and they didn't have any. So I ended up scrabbling and just used this shred because I still thought that was kind of cute, and I actually like it better. I think the raffia would have clashed with this brown because it's about the same color. So I'm kind of glad I used the shred instead. So I cut down the shapes, and then what I did was I trimmed across the tan colored cardstock and the wood grain and just cut across and layered it. So the whole wood grain is there, but I layered the cardstock on top. Then I took the piece here across, but I only put one small strip going across because I needed to leave this open so that I could add the shred underneath it. The shred I first glued down to a little strip of cardstock, as you can see here, and then I added a strip of glue all the way across and then layered it up, or not layered it up, glued it up in there, and then it stuck it down. And I did that for all three. The flowers I did differently. These two are the same, and they're from Spellbinders. It's this little guy here. It comes with 3 little dies, and I just layered them up. I didn't do a lot of distressing to them. I like the color of the yellow there, just easy. I put a button. The twine is just that regular. It's not the baker's twine. It's that rough one. I want to say I got it at like the dollar store. And then I put cheesecloth in the background, but you can't really see it. I did distress all of it. This one I added those Dollar Tree leaves that you get in a pack. Someone gave them to me in a swap, and I still had them with my fall decor stuff, and so I used them there. And then I used the cotton twine that I really love this. I'm going through it actually pretty fast. And then the cheesecloth again. This guy, I ended up adding the cheesecloth, and then these little flowers or leaves, I used the Martha Stewart punch and created 4 of them and layered them up and then put them underneath the little sunflowers. And the sunflowers, actually just got them from a swap, and they are from, I believe, it's from Hobby Lobby, the paper studio collection. So I did take off the green backing because the green clashed and I didn't like the way it looked, so I just left the little flowers, and I added some burlap that I happened to have a little piece of, and then the cheesecloth, like I said, and the raffia. Now for the faces, for the eyes, I actually took one of these guys and I laid it down and I did my circle, and then I did this side and I did my circle there, and then I just colored it in with a marker. this one, I didn't pay attention, and I actually used this one here and went this route, and so it came out a little bit smaller than this hole there, but it's okay. I still like the way that they look. I added the little eyelashes on too, and then left the other one kind of by itself. The nose, I was kind of playing around because I didn't know which style I liked, a more round or longer, and then this one I did sharp and colored on the inside, so it's just different. But the faces, I kind of wanted to do what I saw on Pinterest, and they used the wooden chip or the wooden boards to create their scarecrows. And the mouth, I just kind of played around with something fun and then did the little stitching, kind of like that folk art type of style. And I distressed all of it with the Tim Holtz. I can't remember which brown I used, but it's one of the brown ones. It might be like Vintage Photo or something like that. Brush corduroy. And those were my little scarecrows that I shared on Instagram. Then I also made these cute little gingerbread characters, which I love. I am all about creating as much variety as I can. The little faces come from Jaded Blossom stamps, which I want to say that's what I used. And then the Rick Rack ribbon I got in a D-stash, but you can find that at Joann's for sure. The little flowers are little poinsettias, and it's just a small die. This little die guy is from Jaded Blossom. It's like a little trim, or not trim, a banner, and it's super small, like real tiny. This is that paper punch bow that is EK Success, but they ended up recalling it because some people couldn't punch out the shape at all. And I did watch a few people on Instagram talk about returning it, and they got their money back because it was faulty. But mine ended up working. I don't use it all the time, but when I do, it still works, so it's all good. These little tiny tags, I can't remember what die it is that I got this from. I want to say I ordered it on AliExpress, but I'm not 100% sure. And then these little wires are part of those flowers that come in a stash, and they have the wire so that you can wind it up to something else. I just wrapped it around a small paintbrush that I had and created that little bind there, which I absolutely love. I did distress all of them with the Vintage Photo from Tim Holtz. My brain, my gosh. Okay, so I hope you guys like, and it inspires you guys to create and have fun, and check out Erica's shop. I know everybody's getting her stuff because it is so freaking cute, and all the things you can make are just, you know, different possibilities out there. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy and come back for the rest of my projects. Thanks for watching. Bye.